Hey, y'all. Good morning. This is your certified life coach. This is your girl, Tonetta. Welcome you all to this video. This video is about how you have options. And the reason why I'm doing this video this morning, I had a dentist appointment last night. And you know how you go to a dentist and you're looking to get your teeth clean, do all these things, but the dentist is telling you something else. And to me, just trying to get more money because I understand how those things go. That was my experience last night. And I'm like, okay, I know I have other options. I'm not even gonna worry about it. But this also applies to life as well. If you, of course, are down on your luck and you're trying to figure out what to do, how to move forward, you're tired of being in the same situation, just realize and just know that you always have options. There's no reason why you do not have any options. There's always a positive side to a situation, and there's always a negative side to a situation happening at the same time, always. Just like a magnet, it's the same thing, a positive end and a negative end. There's always a positive way that you can look at your situation. Like I said, if you're getting sick and tired of being sick and tired, or you're trying to do something different and you're not sure where to turn to, or you're feeling like your life is just going nowhere, you're still doing the same thing over and over again, just realize that you have options. You always have options. We have, if you're working full time like I am, you have at least more than 16 hours of a day to, of course, start working on your options. Even if it's in your evening time and your part-time hours, you can start working on something. And if you're not working during the day at all or any time of the day, you can always, of course, like I said, start looking up other options. There's all types of places to look. You can search in Google. What I have these skills. What can I do? You could do anything along those lines, especially if you, like I said, if you're looking to improve your life, looking to heal, looking to do anything, to be honest, you always have options. I know a lot of times I used to hear that, and I used to believe myself as well, that I didn't have an option but to always be poor or to always be in the same neighborhoods that I was in. But I know that when I watched the Travel Channel, when I watched I think it was called National Geographic or Channel 9, whatever it was back then, y'all, back in the 80s and stuff like that. I forgot what the channel was, but I knew that I had options at that point. Back in grade school, I figured it out because at first I was like, I'm always going to be in this situation. I'm never going to be able to get out this situation. But like I said, back in early grade school, when I was looking at those shows on TV, the National Geographic and the Travel Channel and all those kind of things, I saw the different places that I can go in the world. Had no idea how would I ever get there, whether I can even go see them. But I knew that there were options. Watching the Cosby Show growing up, I saw the mother, the father, the kids, they're all in school, doing well. They have good lives, all this kind of stuff. Nice house. The parents weren't arguing or fighting or on drugs that we saw, anything like that. And I knew that there was an option at some point one day. It may not have happened with my parents, and that's okay. We can always have a support system that we call our mother, our father, our brother, our sister. I do that for almost everybody that I meet, actually. I put it that way. But like I said, I knew that I had options at that point. I knew I had an option for a better lifestyle. And you have the same thing allotted to you as well. You just have to want to take that option. You have to be the one to decide that I'm going to go ahead and change my life at this point. If not, it will never be changed. You're the one who, of course, have the willpower to do so. I can plant these seeds all day long, but of course, if you're not picking them up and cultivating them, planting them, that kind of thing, then you will never have anything better than what you have today. And that was one thing that I had to learn and realize as well, that I'm giving all these excuses and this is happening and the white man keeping us down. The same thing I heard my family and friends and the environment saying to me. But I think I said that maybe a few times until I had to research some things, look at some things, and just look at how things were functioning in those communities. And I realized very, very early on that it wasn't the white man. It wasn't the lack of jobs. It was those people's decision not to do anything different. The gang violence, the drug usage, selling drugs, all those kind of things. It was those folks to not do something different. It may have been a lack of hope. Yes, I'm sure it was a lack of hope. But I'm sure they all look at TV, see other people living lives, doing different things. It should have popped in their head at some point that they can do them things too. I know that deals with the, I guess, the hope and the lack of knowing that you, I forgot what it's called, y'all. I can't say low self-esteem, low self-worth. I guess it's all those things. Low self-love or no self-love. It's actually all those things. But like I said, we definitely are the ones who have a decision to make. If you're wanting to change your life, you always have options. I know when I started this business, I knew I had to do something different. I'm still working at this time full time. Yes, I am as a social worker, but I know that I'm building my business in the part time. And that eventually it's going to be my full-time job that I'll be doing every single day. The way that I want, with the mission that I want, with the values that I want, and carrying out in the way that I want. I know that. It may not be today, because today is what, a Wednesday, but I mean, it may not be today, but that's okay. I had to start doing something different once I learned how to do something different. And I know some folks may not have anybody around them or watching the right TV shows or that kind of thing in order to, of course, have those possibilities. I understand that as well. That's why I'm here too. So if you want to share this on your page, on your blogs, on your Instagram feed, your Facebook feed, LinkedIn feed, go ahead and share this video, y'all. Or tag somebody in the video that needs to hear this message. Because your life is not over just because you had that divorce or you got separated or whatever it is. I've been divorced too, and I've left partners as well. The last relationship I had, I'm stuttering now, y'all. I'm getting all excited. We were actually together 7.5, almost 8 years before I decided to end that relationship because it wasn't going anywhere. I knew I wasn't looking at no other partners. I could have cared less about a partner at that time. I was looking at my option of being goddamn happy. I knew that I was unhappy and this relationship was just leading me down the toilet. Nothing was going on. We weren't even progressing anywhere. It was something wrong with me. It was always something my fault. Narcissistic behavior, I guess is what folks call it. But I'm like, okay, I knew I had options. I prayed. The next few months, that relationship was over. I had to let him know that this is the end of this. He didn't like it. Oh, well. It was still my fault, whatever else. I didn't really care, whatever. There was no trust there at all. Constantly being blamed for cheating every day. I'm like, I go back and forth to work. Who am I cheating with at work? But it was every single day. I'm like, come on now. Like I said, I knew I was unhappy for years, not even until we got to the almost 8-year point. I had been unhappy, but I was trying to, of course, try things out and see what was going on and see whether he would change. And that never happened. He wasn't even interested in changing anything. And like I said, I knew that I had the option to be happy, to have my inner peace, to have my inner freedom. I didn't care about another man or anything. I'm in a relationship now, but at that time, I could have cared less about dating some fucking body else. It was because I knew I had options to at least be happy and to have my inner peace. And if that's all you get in this lifetime, then that's what you, of course, will need, I guess, in order to live a better life anyway. It's not about the money. It's not about the partners and all this kind of thing. It's about your inner peace and your happiness and your freedom. And that, of course, comes through healing as well. So, I guess some of the things I've been talking about here on this page lately. But like I said, just know that you always have options. I don't care how bad your life is looking. There's always a silver lining in the bad. There's always a flip side, a positive side that you can look at, a positive perspective or aspect in that negative. It's always like that. I know that now. Back in the day, I kind of had an inkling, but I was more focused on the negative and this is never going to happen, saying it out of my mouth all the time. I'm pretty sure every single day. It wasn't until I figured out that I had options, that I can do something different, that I stopped talking like that, at least majority of the time. Because we still have to be realists for y'all. We do have to look at the positive side and what could happen as well, especially if you're starting a business. You have to realize that looking at the other side to figure out whether this business is even viable, that it does not mean that the business is not going to go forth. It just means that you're covering all your options to make sure that you're putting the best tools, tactics, and strategies in place in order to make that thing happen and make that thing work. But just know that we always have options, y'all. I could have chose not to even do these kind of things. Not to even be here doing these videos. I could have chose that. And that means that I'm not serving anybody. I have all these lessons, all this chaos, drama, traumas, all the lessons I've learned, all the experiences. Those are not from me. Those are for you all to learn from. And for somebody out there who's listening to the sound of my voice to, of course, create their own transformation with the seeds that I plant. I know I read in that book, The Purpose Driven Life, I think that was last month. I just finished that book. The things that I have inside of me, the things that God wants me to put into the world, they're not just for me. They're for you all as well. I have too many lessons, too many things I've been through dealing with to teach somebody else. It may not be, I know it's not for everybody. I'm pretty sure that. I know it's not for everybody, but it's for specific folks out there who need to hear my voice and who need that transformation through me. Like I said, I know that I have options. At first, I did not know that. Growing up, that kind of thing, seeing poverty, seeing all this stuff going on. I'm like, am I ever going to be out of this? And at some point, I learned back in grade school, yes, I will. I saw different lives on TV. I saw different places that I can go and happy people and folks dancing, doing all these things. I knew that there was options then. But I had to grow to understand that, to figure out how that was going to come to fruition. I had no idea. I've traveled some places now, haven't traveled everywhere, but at least I've been out the U.S., I put it that way. And I've been to other states and that kind of thing as well. There's always options. If you're having a hard time, like we're actually relocating soon, in the next month, actually. I know that I live in St. Louis, Missouri, is the #1 murder capital of the U.S. It's been for like 20, 30 years straight. I'm sick and tired of that. It's killings every single day, every single weekend. That's all you hear. I know there's killings everywhere. I understand that. But I need a different environment in order for me to thrive in. All the traumas, all the dramas, all the things that I had happened here. I never lived anywhere else. So we're moving to a totally different state in maybe in a month. And like I said, I had to realize and understand that I always have options. I don't have to stay here like that as I had been. Not, which I always said I want to travel, move somewhere else, but I never took it upon myself to actually do that until now. So like I said, I know we always have options. And you cannot go, and I'll do a video about that tomorrow, but going into a new place, doing the same things. And like I said, I'll definitely talk about that tomorrow. But I'm going to go ahead and get my butt off here. Like I said, you always have options. Make sure that you're sharing this video with somebody and are tagging them in the video in the comments down below. Because somebody else needs to hear this message besides you. Also, there's a link in the description of the video talking about my ebook. It's a free ebook for you. It's called Where Are You? That's, of course, walking you through seven different foundational areas in your life when it comes to finances, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to health and fitness, all those things, to figure out where you are on that spectrum so that you can know what kind of plan to implement in order for you to move forward and to create those options in your life to have a better life. The ebook, like I said, that link is it's going to be in the description here on Facebook, but on Instagram, when you see this video, it's going to be in the link in the bio. And on YouTube, LinkedIn, it'll be a link in the description as well. Make sure that y'all are picking it up. That is a free 10, 15-minute read for you all. And you will have to have a journal. Get you a notebook, or if not, with that same link that I just told you, either in the description or in the link in my bio. With that same link, you will, of course, be able to buy a journal if you want a journal or need a journal. It's on my author's page on there. If not, if you cannot afford the $6.99 that it is, please go get you a damn notebook from Walmart. They should be like less than $1 or $2. Go pick up one of those. Or Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, whatever store you stay near, go pick up something because you will need a journal. So like I said, with that, this is your girl Tonetta, your certified life coach, here to, of course, inspire you to think bigger and to empower you to become who you are. And I'll see y'all tomorrow in the next morning video. Take care, y'all, and have a great day.